In 2 weeks, elementary students in Blanc Community Schools have the option to be back in their classrooms 4 days a week. Fridays will be virtual instruction. The middle schools and high school students will transition to the current hybrid model, which puts them in the classroom 2 days a week and home the other 3. The school board approved the new plan at last night's meeting. Deputy Superintendent Dr. Trevor Allward says their efforts to slowly return to normal have been successful so far.
The transmission rates amongst our students has been low. Outside of school transmission, we've had some of that's taken place, and we have also had quarantine and isolation periods for staff. I think the figure that our superintendent reported to the board last night was roughly 2,000 days our staff have been out for COVID-related quarantine or isolation periods. So that significantly disrupts what we're trying to do for consistency purposes.
So what is the solution? Dr. Allward says they are working to get the COVID-19 vaccine for their 1,200-person staff. Now that includes teachers, coaches, dining service employees, and bus drivers.
Our Ann Perret shares the plan and the experience one employee went through to protect herself and her family.
The district is working with the Genesee County Health Department to vaccinate their staff. A certain amount of vaccines have been set aside to vaccinate all school districts. The deputy superintendent says several people have also been able to sign up on their own. That's how Sarah Hugo got hers.
It feels good to say I am fully vaccinated.
Sarah Hugo works in the administration office at Blanc Community Schools. Because she's an essential employee and her husband is a teacher, the two were able to get in line to receive the COVID-19 vaccine starting last month. It's a big help to the district, making their way through a list of hundreds of employees. Hugo says they received the first dose of the Moderna vaccine with no issues but a sore arm. The second dose this past week was a different experience.
The body aches, the sweating, the fatigue. I was just so exhausted. And I was going to work from home the next day. And I ended up calling in at like 5:30 that morning, and I let my boss know that there was no way I could work from home. And I literally slept until 4:30 that afternoon.
Hugo says it took a full 36 hours after the second dose before she started feeling like herself again.
We know people who have passed away, unfortunately, from COVID. And it broke my heart that these individuals have gone through this experience, for days, weeks, some months. And here I am, 36 hours, feeling terrible. And I was thankful that it was only 36 hours.
And she says despite the never-ending headache, the joint aches, and the sleepless night, she wants her community to know it's worth it.
The more protection we can have, it'll be over. All of our family, we missed out on all these gatherings and Christmas and everything. And finally, we're thinking, okay, 3 weeks, a month from now, we're going to go out to dinner and we're going to feel safe doing it because we are fully vaccinated.
In Blanc, Ann Perret, ABC 12 News.
Knowing that experiences like Hugo's with the second dose are not rare, Blanc Community Schools worked with the county health department to set up clinics vaccinating the staff on Fridays. That way, the deputy superintendent says they have a few days to recover before they return to work.